Two big and brilliant contract announcements. Elliot, a new 2-year role, and Marcus Keane, a professional contract. Just give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, look, we'd always known Elliot was going to be here for a while. We were trying to figure it out with he had other work commitments. But he's basically been working with our goalkeepers full time so this past season anyway. So we eventually worked it out where Elliot's going to join our coaching staff. He's still a member of the playing staff, so his contract is a playing and coaching contract. Yeah, he's going full time with us. That'll see him into his 20th season by the time that wraps up. So brilliant for him. Marcus Keane, yeah, Marcus is the club captain. He had a job previously and he's training as the other part-time players 3 nights a week. Now this is going to get him into a full-time role as a player. It'll work well for him. He's in the best years of his career, coming up to 28, 29 years of age. So he wanted to give it a go. We wanted to give it a go, and we're delighted that he's making that step.
And what must it be like to have full-time guys like that, a squad of full-time players? It helps fitness levels, helps the group.
Yeah.
Give us an insight into having more full-time people around the club.
Well, we thought that it would take more time. We didn't realise we would have 12 or 13 full-time players last season. We thought it would be year 2 or 3, but the process happened quicker than we thought last year. And now, after COVID, with the signings we've made, they're all full-time signings. So to add 2 more like Elliot and Marcus, it makes our training group, strong. We now have the majority of our players are full-time, training every day. So yes, it helps you work on a lot more in training. It doesn't guarantee you success, but it guarantees you the potential for success, because you have to not just work more, you have to work well. So the idea is to work well and then work more often, and we're trying to do that. So yes, it should help us over the course of this season.
And just thoughts on the game against East Belfast. Plenty of goals again tonight.
Yeah, plenty of goals. Look, give them credit. They gave us a match there in the first half. They were enthusiastic. They had some quality. They moved the ball well. They didn't come here and try to defend. They came here to play a football match, and they did that. So give them credit. But I think over the course of the game, when the legs started to get a bit heavy, and we made some changes, I think we were just a bit too much for them. But yeah, I'm thankful that they came. It was a good game for us.
And how do you assess the fitness levels of the squad? It's an elongated season. We've had the Irish Cup, European games, and then straight into pre-season again. We must be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, no, I'm not concerned about that. We're on track to where we need to be. The key with pre-season is availability. Who's available, getting through pre-season without injuries, and apart from an ankle knock for Robbie and Paddy McLean, we have, touch wood, but we have no muscle strains or anything like that. So the key is availability in football. If you have your strongest squad available for most of your games, that includes pre-season games, then you can build your team together. There's no point having a pre-season and hammering the players, and you've got 6 out injured and 4 out injured and 3 out injured, but you can't build your team that way. So I'm happy where we are now. Everybody's relatively healthy. We've still got almost a month to go till the start of the season, so still a long way to go. Still friendlies to go. We've got the County Antrim Shield. So I'm looking forward to the season, but I'm happy with where we're at. But look, we're still improving week by week.
And Warrenpoint on Friday evening, that's going to be another good test for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Another Premiership team. We were thankful that Portadown came up here a couple of weeks ago. Warrenpoint's coming up on Friday night. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. They're always a hard team to play. They defend well. They'll be organised. They've signed some new players. So yeah, that'll be a good game for us on a Friday. And hopefully, I have a good crowd here as well for the season ticket holders. That would be brilliant again. Hopefully, it's not a wet and windy night like tonight. But the Friday night, the idea of the Friday night was let's see what it's like on a Friday night. Try it out, and gives a chance for our boys to play in front of a crowd again.
And the league, perhaps starting next month, do you think it is going to go ahead with different restrictions coming into place? And if it does go ahead, what measures can be put in to help clubs?
Look, I think it has to go ahead. It can't delay. The league has to start. Will there be fans? Will there be limited fans? Will there be a percentage of fans? We don't know that. So we're hopeful that there'll be a percentage of fans. If there's no fans, then we have to find other solutions. But we have to start. We can't just kick it down the road and say, well, until there's fans, because that could be when. You're just chasing an unknown date. So we have to start. Do we need help from various maybe entities, the federation, the government? Is there any way we can, similar to what the League of Ireland did, where the government stepped in and helped out the clubs? I don't know the answer to that, but we need to save the football here. We need to start. I know there's options of pay-per-view being talked about. At Glentoran here, we'd be capable of doing pay-per-view games. Do our fans want that? I'm sure they do. So we need to be creative. The answer here is we need to be creative. We need to think differently than we've done before. Otherwise, football might disappear for the rest of the year. And we can't have that for our clubs.